All right, this is the tutorial how to make a mask with a cinch at the nose. So you're going to need 3 pieces of 100% cotton, because that's what the hospital requires. This is 6 inches by 9 inches. You're going to need one of the layers to be a little thicker, like a flannel, because we'll call that the filter. And then you're going to need a pipe cleaner about 2 inches. And you're going to need elastic about 7 inches long. So we'll start with the material. I had these folded over, so I only have to cut it once rather than doing 3 separate pieces. This one is just a single piece because that saves on cutting and it saves on thread because this is already sealed on this side. And we're going to start with the nose clip, which will be placed right at the half point. So this is 9 inches. We'll mark that at 4.5, and then I'll do 2 inches here from 3.5 to 5. So I know where to lay that down like that. And let's sew this. Okay. Quickly. You're going to use a crisscross stitch so that you're not hitting the wire in the middle of the pipe cleaner. Do a reinforced stitch, and then we'll hit a go. You want to guide it through to make sure the wire stays straight. Reinforce stitch. That should be done. You want to put a nice stitching on it so when they wash it, the stuff doesn't fall apart. And there's your nose clip, nose cinch or clinch. Okay, there. This is the front. So now we're going to attach our elastic. You're going to go down about 1/2 inch on each side. Half an inch on the bottom. Okay. Now, I'm a little anal retentive, so I put it at a 45-degree angle because your nose is just a little bit higher than lower than your ear. I'm going to flip this over like this. This is your front, and this will be your back. It's okay if it pulls a little bit, just straighten it out. Then you're going to put your filter on. I'm going to flip it over because it's easier for me to see. All right, so when you sew, you're going to leave a little gap so you can invert it. So you will sew this entire spot and this entire spot here. I'm not really worried about the filter. The filter will follow you. You just need to make sure that the first piece, the front piece, and the back piece are equal. Okay, here we go. Press your foot down. You're going to go in about 1/2 inch. Oh, I forgot to change the stitching. You want a straight stitch? I did it again. Okay. Now, your machine should make a funny noise when it goes over the elastic. Okay, you hear that? Okay, I don't know if you can.
I can hear it.
Then stop it. Pick up your presser foot. Drop it down again. That's why we didn't hear it before.
Oh.
I didn't hear it. I was like, well, I didn't hear that. Okay, make sure the front and the back piece are equal. The same, together. Aligned, that's the word. I'm going to pick up speed a little bit. This is a straight stitch. Slow it down a little bit. Stop. All right, so here is one elastic and the other elastic is down here. You're going to back stitch on the elastic for security. I don't know if you heard the difference in the sound. I'm going to go straight again. So we get to the second elastic right here. Slow it down. There, we heard it.
Yep.
Back stitch, and forward we go.
And you can just feel the elastic with your fingers when you're coming up to it.
Yes. Yes, you can. All right, so we're gonna leave a little gap right there so that we can invert it. Now, you can either sew it this way. I'm not comfortable sewing it that way, so I'm gonna flip it over and sew it this way. You can just use your presser foot as the guide. You should hear the elastic. Back stitch. Pull it out. And there you go. Okay, you can also, this is what it should look like. Right there, nice square, rectangle. You can go ahead and nip the corners so you get nice clean corners. There's a little extra right there, I'll just take that off. Okay, because it has to be perfect. And then you're going to invert it. Now, there's still pins in it, but they're facing the other direction, so you should be okay. We'll just pop right up. There's one there. And my other one is there. Okay. Then you want to take a pen, something that is not too sharp, and you just want to poke at the corners. Give you a nice clean corner. This side also. Now, if you don't have a third piece filter, you can just go ahead and use another strand of it. All right, this will be sewed at a later time. So we're gonna come over here and we're gonna iron it out, make it nice and flat. Okay, now this is what we'll go over there. I'm gonna iron that too. Reinforce that right there. Okay, now this is supposed to turn around and look like this. This is what it's gonna look like. So you're gonna take the 6 inches and I'm gonna come down to 3 inches. So you can pretty much eyeball it. That's about 1 inch there. I'm gonna pin it. And if you don't get it right the first time, you could just play with it and manipulate it until you get the product you're looking for. And then I'm going to do that again. Can check that. That's about 3 inches there, 3 inches there, 3 inches there. Perfect. Yes. Okay. All right, finally, I'm going to take a stitch and I'm going to take it all the way around and it's going to seal that one side there that was open. And here we go. Ah, that's my thing. Now you can stitch fast around here, but you might have to push this part through because it's kind of thick because it's layered on top of each other. slow this part down a little bit. You're gonna have to push it through because it might get a little stuck. We might need a little help from you. I'd like to give a shout out to our FRC girls who helped cut all this material up for us so that we can get these down to the hospital where they need them. All right, nice and slow. Back stitch. We are done. I'm gonna iron it just to get the pleats nice. And we are finished.
Nice.
Done.